I'm here with Mark Nelson of Rio Grande, and we're going to talk about glass casting.
Yes.
Now, what exactly is that?
It's where we're going to take small pieces of glass and actually melt it so it flows into a cavity or a mold, and then when it cools, it'll take on that shape. So.
And speaking of molds, there's lots of different molds that you can use for this, correct?
Right. There's some molds that have different shapes, you know, like triangles, circles, squares. There's some that have multiple, like you can cast 15 or 20 at once.
Wow.
So if you have a production line, you could do a whole line at once. We have some forms that you can do bracelets with, really long forms that you can later heat and slump and shape.
So you can really work a lot of different ways with this.
Oh, you really can. Yeah.
And now we have the triangles in front of us.
We're going to do a little bit of triangles, and the first thing you have to do, this is made out of a ceramic material, and so what you need is a release, so that when you're done, that pieces will actually come out. What we use is actually a product called boron nitride lubricant.
Okay.
A little hard to say. You definitely want to spray this outside, and possibly even use a mask. Okay, but it has definite advantages to it, and that once you get it coated, you can cast with it like 3 to 4 times before reapplying.
And you've already sprayed it.
I've already sprayed it, and you can see it has a little bit of a film on there.
Oh, yeah.
Once that's sprayed, and you can do that very quickly.
Does it have to set for any time, or you can just spray it and start?
Spray and start. You want to spray it evenly, and make sure you get all the nooks and crannies for sure. Then all you need to do is just fill the cavities, and you can do that with a medium grit. There's fine, medium, and coarse grit. And you're just going to take a color that you like, and you want to fill it up about halfway.
Okay.
And you can fill it up, and you can work it with a brush to kind of fill in all the little angles. And circles, of course, will be different. And then if you want, you can even add some dichroic glass.
Oh, beautiful.
And you can arrange these however you like.
Because it's technically going to all sort of melt together.
It'll all melt together and become one piece with all these little different inclusions.
And then, of course, it's all going to be individual because every single one will be different.
Every piece is going to be just a little bit different. And then if you want, you can cap it off with some clear.
Oh.
And this will give it kind of like on a frame on a picture. And then just kind of tap that in there.
And that's the beauty of it, is depending on, you know, how many different colors you have, you can just really start mixing and matching and playing.
Yeah. Yeah, a sense of experimentation, it really helps with this technique. Because there are just so many different options that you can do. And you would definitely want to smooth it out with a brush. And that way the pieces won't stick to your finger.
Oh, okay.
And then what we're going to do, once you get all these filled in, you want to probably do all 4 at once, because it takes about 17 minutes to actually do the firing. So you'd fill all 4, and then you want to put it in the kiln.
Okay.
And what you're going to do here is you're going to put it in your kiln. If you have a kiln that has a port on top, you want to take that out.
Why is that?
It lets out any kind of the fumes and stuff like that, so you want to do this in a ventilated area.
Okay.
Okay.
And do you have to wear a mask or anything for that, too?
Only when you take it out.
When you take it out? Okay.
And when you put this in, you want to make sure that they're on the feet and it's up off the bottom.
Okay.
And if your kiln does not have any elements in the front right here, you want to make sure it's kind of towards the back a little bit.
Okay.
Because that's going to be the cold spot right next to the door.
Oh.
And then we're going to shut that. And what you're going to do is you're going to ramp up your kiln 480 degrees an hour.
Wow.
Okay, until it reaches 1,500 degrees.
1,500 degrees.
1,500 degrees. And then you're going to hold it for 17 minutes. And then when you're done, you just let it cool in the oven until it's completely cool.
And how long is that usually?
Depends on the oven and how big your pieces are. It could take several hours.
Okay, so it could take several hours to cool it.
Yeah.
And then when you open it up, this is when you suggest wearing the mask.
I would suggest using a mask because you're going to take that tray and you're going to tip it over and let the pieces fall out. They should fall out.
They should fall out because you treated them
Exactly.
earlier. Okay, perfect.
And when they fall out, they'll look like those pieces over there.
Yeah, let's take a look at those. And this is nice because you were saying earlier we saw the different varieties of trays, that they can be different sizes.
Different sizes and different shapes.
Yeah, look at the triangular one, which is very similar to the one that we just did.
Right, we did there is a black base with dichroic and then a clear on top of that. So.
And then we have the blue, and then the other two as well. Now, once you have them out, there's so many different ways that you can work with them.
Right.
And what's nice is that you brought examples, using it maybe with as a focal bead for a necklace, and you can just wrap wire,
Right.
correct?
My friend Patty wire wrapped those for me, and she's really good at that. And then another thing you can do is actually you can drill them with a diamond drill bit under some water, and drill a hole. And then if you'll see on the larger piece,
Oh, yeah, it's the one in the center.
right, you can make your own bail and rivet that bail through that hole.
That's
or
really
you can do
pretty.
any number of design alter.
But the most important thing is that it's nice to know that you can just kind of create any glass cast you want.
You create your own gems.
Yeah,
Really.
it's beautiful. Thanks so much, Mark.
Well, thank you.
We'll be right back.